So, after you guys had spent the night in Hilp, in last episode, after you had travelled from Suzale north on Kalantar's Way, battled a troll that lived under a bridge, and then arrived in Hilp and spent the night with a halfling family, Averrundax, please an annoying time with. You more so a Samara, who I believe you said you did not enjoy those particular people. You guys left your horses that you'd acquired on leaving Suzale and the wagon that you'd also bought on the way out of Suzale under the watch of these halflings, the puddle ducks, in Hilp, and then you guys had headed northwest to follow in the footsteps of Samara, your pseudo father figure, Averrundax's footsteps. So we ended with you catching up with him in this crypt of dragons, accessed through a long climb beneath a well. And you caught up with him. You'd had a bit of a conversation, and so we pick up there after I believe Samara and Averrundax had their conversation, and Eartha, you had poked around the boots. Was that correct? No, the cloak. Sorry, you found a cloak. Originally it was boots, but then I changed it into a cloak. The cloak of protection. So Averrundax is just approaching the side of the reflecting pool and kind of just like taking it in before he turns around to you again, Samara, and says,
So, do we know how long it will be until these pursuers are upon us?
Should be about a half day. 5 hours maybe after we got here. Only issue is I know you said that exit down the backside, but we have a bird and a suit of metal armor up on the surface still.
Well, it seems like we have.
and he kind of like looks at himself, but then more so kind of looks at, he like spends a minute lingering, not a minute, but like a few moments lingering on you, Samra, and then like a quick glance at Anya and Edgar as well.
It seems we are quite the capable bunch. If you think it wise, I think we should be able to handle it.
Yes, I'm sure these two can hold their own, and I'm sure I can kill one or two.
Well, perhaps we should get some rest before that comes to.
What do you guys think? I think because we probably have time for short rest.
Are we in this conversation?
Yeah, you can kind of hear this.
Oh,
it's a kind of a cavernous chamber, so you can hear the echoing of it.
I have absolutely nothing to regain from a short rest, but we can just do it for the shits and giggles.
I don't think anyone used anything.
No, but shits and giggles.
Do you want to rest outside, like next to Jade? Because we don't know when they're actually going to get here, so there could be a good chance that we get up there and Jade's already battered all of them.
What? I don't think Jade can batter all of them. But I understand your point. She could give it a good go. Why don't you guys rest? None of you need to.
No.
That's just...
Yeah, just for frame of reference, I think it's also maybe about mid-afternoon, I think, at this point. But yeah, obviously that doesn't really matter, just to, for your sake, your imagination, about mid-afternoon.
I say we just go up and just try and find a good place, because there's hills around the well. So surely if we use Nuke just flying really high up, they're not going to suspect a random bird, and he can basically signal you, if you're able to tell that they're approaching the well or something like that, and we can hide behind the hill and just come out of nowhere.
I mean, I've got a new toy I'm willing to try out.
Well, exactly, and hiding behind a hill gives you a bit of range to use it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Are the hills good enough to do that, Brad? Because I know they're kind of rolling, so they're not super steep or anything, but could we hide behind a hill?
It's possible. Some further off ones kind of gain some height. Probably, if you're looking for hiding, the front, I don't don't know the correct wordage for this. The beginning of the thicket of the King's Forest is about 15 minutes away. So you could maybe try and find some sort of vantage hidden in the brush of the forest. But obviously you'll be a little bit of a distance away. But yeah, in terms of hills, it's possible, but it's tricky. They're not super deep, but it's you'd have to go in and take it up.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. I have a good idea.
I mean, I have a spyglass, so I can stand up and keep a watch out.
And that works with this idea, so this is great. We could always just go up there and I can cast Golda's Tower, and we can just chill in the tower for 4 hours until they get here. Because then they won't see Averrundax, they'll see a tower. And we can still get the element of surprise, because they probably won't outright attack us.
I like that idea. Also, do you want this cloak of protection? Or does Anya want this cloak of protection?
I have
So
three magic items.
Does it require attunement? I can't remember.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember getting it, so I didn't write it down. But I think
it's in your items thing, I think, or unless it's not. I might not have done that. So
it is not. I believe it's just a +1 though.
I will add that between this session and next session, but to wherever it is. So Cloak of Protection requires attunement. You gain a +1 bonus to your AC and saving throws while wearing this cloak.
And you all have 3 magic items, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, and I think Anya does as well. 3 green magic items, Jess, on your magic item sheet. Yeah.
You may as well use it, Alice. Can't hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I won't attune to it yet because obviously I'm going to be keeping an eye out.
I can look through a spyglass. I don't think it's gonna hurt.
But Jackson, your rolls are not so good.
It doesn't matter. I've got a +5.
And how often do you roll above 10?
That doesn't matter because it's a flat surface. The check's not going to be hard to find 10 men walking through a relatively flat field.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, right. We'll do that then.
We'll do that.
Okay, so you guys heading up?
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to discuss, or like anything you want to say to Averrundax or to each other, or anything like that before you leave the crypt? Like anything specific to the crypt or anything like that? Or...
Nah.
No worries. Yeah, so you guys, Averrundax kind of just like stoically, silently, hands in his like overcoat pockets, kind of like brushes his overcoat up, kind of tucks in like this, kind of pulls up this grey scarf to kind of cover this collar that he's been wearing that keeps him in this humanoid form, kind of tucks it up so it covers it, and then like props up the coat so you're not looking at it too much, or just so it's not too visible. Puts his hand in his pockets and he just kind of follows 5 feet behind the back of the group. So you guys leave the crypt proper and head back up the cave tunnel for a minute or two before you get back to the edge of the water, and you can see the well like 60, 70, 80 feet above you. The opening through the post midday sun. What would you guys like to do?
Am I going to do the rope?
Probably the best idea.
Yeah. If I can tie the middle knot, because you'll be better than me.
Go on. Make a survival check.
$17.
17. Okay. So Samurai, you're going up to hook it onto the
wood.
The beam.
Yeah.
Could you each roll a D100?
Oh no. If I'm not using it since I'm flying, do I still need to?
Because depending on what each of you roll determines what happens and what is up there.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, well,
if anything.
72.
72 and 30. And Jess?
Oh, did I have to roll it as well?
Everyone, yeah.
Sorry, what was it? D100?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you only said Alice and Jackson.
That's alright.
That's right, one. 69.
Oh,
good
nice.
Nice number.
69, 30, and 73, was it?
72.
72. Okay, that changes things. Oh, that changes things. Oh, that changes things.
73.
Okay, 69. Okay.
It was honestly 69, I'm not lying.
That's not why. Unfortunately, I wish that's why I was laughing, but it's not.
Something bad happens to me.
They're already here.
73. 73. Oh my god.
72.
Swore off this dragon bullshit.
72.
You're
That was
72.
a 72.
Probably isn't different.
72 is worse.
73.
Thank you for reminding me of this.
There's a fucking army out there. If I
okay.
lose Jade again, I'm gonna cry.
That puts us in scenario D. Okay. Okay, so Samurai, you are flying up to put the attach the rope to the wooden crossbeam, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, Samurai, you fly up with the rope in your right hand and you emerge and you wrap it a few times until the grapple kind of ties at the edge, and you get Eartha, you test it a few times, seems pretty upright. You call down to each other, make sure it's all good, and yeah, you slap the top of the wooden beam, ready to go. You're not alone here. You see
Jade.
4 figures.
Oh.
Okay.
You see Renault Hawkland, the older brother of Armand Hawkland and by extension a cousin of Anya. You see a tiefling woman, not young, but like older 20s, maybe early 30s, but looks more older 20s. Yeah, tiefling woman. Renault Hawkland, and 3 of his retainers. So yeah, 5 figures. You see 2 of his retainers, not included in those 3, 2 other retainers, in a pulp on the floor, destroyed.
Okay.
So, and you see Renault Hawkland wearing Jade's helmet.
Oh, this guy's gonna fucking die. Okay,
Did you ever find him, Feathered One?
did you attack my friend? I'm pointing at the helmet.
But this, it kind of takes it off. I
Yes.
found it.
What?
Puts it under his arm.
Where?
He looks at the tiefling. I don't recall. Do you want one?
I would have preferred it in one piece.
Then he
I'm
kind of
gonna-
takes it out and he looks at it. It's in quite good condition. Puts it back on.
I'll put both my hands on the edge of the well and look down. Presume, like, how far down is Eartha? Probably like 5 feet up from the bottom, like pretty far down, I guess.
About, from you, about 60, 70 feet.
Yeah, I'll just go down. Eartha, there's some company down here.
Up here.
I'm sure. Yeah, a company up here. I am.
Are you saying that from the top or did you fly down? Sorry.
I'm saying it from the top.
Yeah.
God, I hope you know how to use that new little invention of yours, because I'm going to rip his head off. And I'm going to turn and just shoot a spell.
Okay. You're shooting a spell before they get up here?
Yeah.
Let's enter initiative. But yeah, you get a surprise round, but let's just sort out initiative first.
God damn it, Jackson. You could have
I'm
waited a
pissed.
bit.
I'm fucking pissed.
The dice is a cruel mistress.
One thing I wanted to protect. It was worth more than my life.
Well, what about Selu? Your lover that you haven't messaged in a while.
That's Icky.
That's his
Salu's my
friend.
best friend.
Selu.
I don't give a shit. I don't remember.
Our swings cross rays both ways. And he's also 4, so it's not not weird. Okay, Samura, what did you roll?
Yeah, 16. Oh, nope, I'm on it. I added my 12.
12. Okay. Eartha?
And I solid 15.
15. Anya?
Wait, what am I rolling?
Initiative.
Initiative. He just started combat.
I feel
Can you hear
like
us okay?
I'm somewhere else. Like,
If I say all, it doesn't matter who's talking. Like, even if Ellis and Jackson are talking... 14, did you say?
yeah.
Even if, like,
sometimes-
Ellis and Jackson are talking, if I say all, I just mean everyone.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. When you said roll initiative, I didn't clock on. I was like, oh wait, it's combat.
And that means...
I was stuck in Baldur's Gate 3 logic, where if you're not in the combat, you don't roll it, and you can just skip time and keep moving.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Where's the rest of Jade?
Honestly, I hope it's a dummy and she's all in one piece, but I'm still gonna rip this guy's head off.
I hope Newt's alright.
Presumably. Don't he actually?
Okay.
Does he need to roll initiative for Newt?
Nah, if he's alive,
No,
he
he
goes straight
follows
after
him.
me.
Okay.
Okay. So, Samurai, you get your surprise round first. So, you are shooting a spell. What would you like to do?
I want to fireball as many of them as I can, but I don't know how close they are to each other.
Let me send you a picture.
And let me get the range of fireball. I believe it's 30 feet.
Where are you in terms of the well? Like, what's
I was
happening?
like, I literally it was like both hands on the top of it, looking down at Eartha, and then I turned around, literally didn't move off the edge of the well.
Got it. Okay, so just for the sake of understanding it, the red indicates the tiefling, the white indicates Renault, and the black represent the retainers, the mercenaries.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 of those are currently down. As is, I'll say this: you don't see Jade's armor there. I've just put that there to antagonize you. Like, Jade's armor is not there.
Rip them apart. Right. Can I make a check to see whether fucking Fire Bitch the Third is resistant or immune to fire damage?
What colour's the skin?
Red.
Then yeah, there you go, buddy.
I don't know if she's resistant or immune though.
I think it's resistant.
Great. What am I rolling? So I got 17 plus whatever.
Make an intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
22.
22. Yeah. Infernal tieflings, which typically have red skin, have hellish resistance to fire damage, so they take half fire damage.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna launch it next to the 2 shit lads and the fire woman. Actually, let me double check. It's a 20 feet sphere. Can I get them, the 2 black counters and the red counter, within a 20 feet sphere?
Let me. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna launch a fireball there.
Okay.
So they need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. So with you, like, you shout down to Eartha, Anya, and Averrundax, and then you rear up and you shoot out a fireball, and the tiefling waves her hand in the air, and the fire sparks out of your hands and doesn't materialize.
Yeah. Okay, I fly 50 feet straight up.
Got it. 50 feet up. Got it. Okay.
Cool.
Then at the top of the initiative, Eartha.
Well, I gotta get up, don't I?
Yeah. So you've got about. I'm gonna, just so we don't have to do any fucking maths, I'm just gonna assume, like, even though there is a curve, from like the well to where you guys are. I'm just going to say the length of the rope is straight down to like the water's surface, because it's probably about the same. So that would be 65 feet. So you could nearly do it if you actually no, because you don't have a climbing speed. It means your climbing speed is half. So if you used the dash action, you could get 30 feet up.
Could I then use action surge to give me an additional action to get me
Dash
higher?
again.
I'll allow it. Yes, you could get 45 feet up.
Because it gives me an additional action, but it doesn't say like what.
I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Right, I'll do that then.
Well, I'm saying,
So-
you've still got a bonus action.
Nah, I used that to cast. Well, it's a possibility of an additional bonus action, but I can't really do much from down a well.
You've got like something you can throw up. I don't know if that casts a bonus action or not.
Nah, I don't have anything either.
So you're cutting it 20 feet. So you want to end your turn 20 feet, like with 20 feet left of rope to climb.
Yes.
Cool.
Wait, would it not?
Anything else?
Yeah, 20 feet. No, I can't really signal to Newt to do anything either. So
Wait a minute, if it's 65 feet of rope minus 45, is that
20 feet.
Yeah, it is. Never mind.
Anya, are you just doing the same? Are you just following Eartha up the rope?
Yeah.
So it'll be the same thing, except you can't action surge, so you'll be 30 feet up the rope. So the rope is 65 feet from bottom to top. You are 35 feet up it, so that I'll say by the end of your next turn, you can get up. I'm not going to be like, well, there's 5 feet left to go. Am I? We'll figure it out when we get there. It's fine. Samura, what would you like to do? So you can see now beneath you, Eartha and Anya, at least. You can't quite see Averrundax yet, but you can see Eartha and Anya beginning to make their way up the rope. And you've just launched your fireball, and she's counterspelled it, and the spell never properly materialized.
Fireball again. Exact same place.
Go for it.
They gotta make their dex check.
Dex check. I want it to be known she could counterspell it, but she's just not going to. Oh, wait, no, she can't. No, she can't, because she used a reaction. I don't know how that works, because she did it. You did it.
Yeah, because it hasn't been her turn yet, so it's one reaction per round.
Very good. She can't counterspell it, so she's going to have to take it like a woman. So they all make. So her and the two retainers make dexterity saves, is it?
Yes.
Dexterity checks?
Yeah, dexterity saves.
Dexterity saves. So this tiefling woman, her save is going to be dexterity +2. It's 18.
She passes. The thing's 16, I'll just tell you.
16. Okay, so she takes double half that. She takes half of the half.
Yeah.
But obviously, you weren't trying to do much fire damage to her anyway. And the two mercenaries, they... Oh, that's bad. Okay, the first one got a 10 and the other one got a 6.
Right.
So they both take full damage.
So they take 26 damage, and she takes half of 13, which is 6.5. I don't know whether you round that up or down.
Let me do these first, and then I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So, sorry, how much damage did the mercenaries take? The full damage?
23.
23, so that's...
No, 26, sorry. It was 26.
Okay.
So we halved it, yeah.
Okay. So that first one, so it's full amount. Oh my god. I usually have this written down before, but I thought you'd talk longer. I don't know why. I knew you'd probably want to kill her as soon as possible, but sorry. Oh, don't fucking dare. My laptop just nearly turned off. I was gonna kill it. Okay. So there we go. Okay. And how much she took 6.5, did you say?
Yeah.
So we'll say for everything it's rounded down, so that goes for you guys as well. There we are. Samara, is there anything else you'd like to do? So are you also 50 feet up as well?
Yeah.
I'm going to... The thing that I usually put you on when you're flying broke, but I'm going to keep forgetting that, so I'm going to put you on my AirPods case. So I remember you're flying. Cool. Yeah, so you see, you fly 50 feet up, seeing that Anya and Eartha are climbing up this rope, and then looking down, understanding magic like you do, she can't, even if she can counterspell you again, she can't right now. And you, looking down, launch a fireball towards the three of them, and yeah, you see she kind of like blocks it for a second, and before looking back up at you, and you see like some of her clothes get singed, and she kind of pats it out, but the others, they're kind of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They are very much on fire right now, and screaming accordingly. So after Samura, it is Renault. Renault is going to. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a ranged weapon, so he really.
Saying this now for the 2 years, he's mine.
But I got
He is going to take a. So now that you threw out the fireball, he kind of like got low to the ground. He doesn't look very battle experienced. He looks like he's seen a few battles, but like he's not terribly experienced. He kind of falls to the ground, reaches for the rapier at his hilt, kind of pushes the helmet tighter onto his head, and draws his rapier out. And he looks around, seeing you up high. You're kind of almost blocking the sun a bit, very like terrifying Superman kind of way. And he's holding his rapier. He looks at the tiefling, and he kind of says, "Yeah!" And he's going to take a attack at the rope.
Oh, what a bitch.
Oh.
This backfired.
He's killed it. Yep.
Natural one.
Oh, one. Thank God.
I thought that was a 19.
Yeah, same.
That wasn't even one of those times where I'm like, can I do this to them? Do I need to lie? I was like, nope, that's a natural one. Yeah, so natural one. He's going to take a run. A rapier is a piercing weapon, and he takes this big wide slash that kind of goes into the side of the wooden beam, and he's like, oh, come on! And he kind of pushes it back out, getting his sword back, preparing to do that again next turn, unless there's something more interesting. But yeah, so he is now over by the well after taking a slash at the rope. So now it is the tiefling. The tiefling is going to...
As long as there's no fucking, pull down javelin, I'm gonna be okay. Javelin on a chain or some bollocks.
Okay.
And there's the javelin on a chain.
No.
It's one of those harpoons that they got from the mermaids.
Yeah.
Oh, my internet's failing me a bit. Okay. So, Samara, you look down and you see the tiefling. You see she kind of mutters, and you see her kind of reach into the back, behind her cape, into some sort of satchel, and you can see her casting some sort of spell before you see her feet gently float up from the ground as she begins to shoot up into the sky above.
One minute. Can I counterspell that?
What's the distance on counterspell?
It's 60 feet.
Then yes, you can.
No. I don't think I can though, because I'm 50 feet up.
I'll allow it. I
Okay.
will allow it. Because if we have to work out the diagonal maps of everything, I'm gonna kill myself.
If the creature is casting a spell. Right, yeah, I'm just gonna counterspell it.
Counterspell, yeah. So you see her doing this, and you see her begin to take flight, and you kind of noticing some grim irony. You kind of reach out and you cancel the spell as she had, but she's about 5 feet off the ground before she falls back, and you see what you think is a nod of respect. She's like, "Oh, you're not just any old magician. You're a capable wizard." Yeah, you see a nod of respect from this tiefling woman. Again, she has quite prominent horns, red horns that come out of the front of her head, and the bone structure is very thick. She's not terribly pretty. The horns very much take away from her aesthetic. But she has this long black hair, and she's wearing kind of brown robes and kind of noticeably thicker than what you would be wearing at this time of year. A little bit kind of out of season, kind of more wintry. So after her, it is Averrundax, who is just going to follow suit, I think. Unless. After Averrundax, it's you, by the way, Eartha. But
Right.
Averrundax is...
Thing is, there was no rope when we got down there, or when we got to it. So how did Averrundax get down, and how was he planning to get up? This is the real question.
He probably came in a different way.
You see, he kind of grabs onto the rope and he looks up at the two of you and he's like, "You're an old God!" And he lets go, casts Dimension Door, and he is going to choose to bamf 65 feet up to the outside of the well. So, Samara, you see beneath you, kind of very temporarily, a dimensional doorway kind of shunt open as Averrundax steps through, and it shunts closed behind him. So Averrundax is now up top. Eartha, it is your go. Anya, you're up next.
Oh, I've got 20 feet to go, don't I? Or was it 25?
20.
20.
20, yeah.
And I can't make it in one go, can I?
Nope. You have to use your
No.
dash action.
Yeah. And because, so Anya also has an uneven amount, because Anya would have to do an extra 35, and you have to do 20.
Do you want to flip a coin?
Eartha, no, I'll just say, Eartha, if you use all of your movement to get to the top of the rope, and if Anya uses her dash action next turn, you can both, even though that you both should have an extra 5 feet, we'll just clear it up that way. So Eartha, I'll say yes, you can get to the top.
Class. Right. I'm pulling out
Which side would you like to come out on?
That's a good question.
Omen.
Pulling out Omen straight away. I want to walk...
Averrundax is kind of, here, I'll put in a picture right now of the, oh shit, Facebook is the worst. I have to take a picture on like the regular camera app and put it in Facebook, because if I put it on Facebook, if I take it with the Facebook camera, you can't tell what I'm making. Oh, it's so bad. So there we go. So Averrundax is kind of near the two fallen retainers where his dimension door farted him out. So where would you like to climb out, Eartha?
Right in front of the white guy and the black guy.
So you are coming out right. So what you see is you also see the tiefling sorcerer wizard. You're not quite sure, but this lady tiefling who has been flinging spells. You see Samara up above you. You see Averrundax, who's clearly gotten up here with some sort of magical means, and you see right in front of you Renault, the Hawkland who you had seen briefly in the court, who was trying to cut the rope but kind of backed off a bit as he saw you emerging, and behind him one of the retainers. Is there anything else? What would you? So you pull out Omen, you pull out your pistol as you get to the top. What would you like to do? Would you like to describe Omen, actually, since it's the first time I think we've seen it?
Yes, it is basically a rustic revolver. It's quite an old rustic revolver. It looks very steampunky, handmade. It only shoots 4 bullets, however, because it's rustic and first attempts,
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just pull it out, look at Renault, ignore him, point it towards the person behind him.
Okay.
Shoot once, and then I'm going to use War Priest to shoot again.
Take 2 shots at this mercenary. So you can see this mercenary is kind of a big burly human, buzz cut, no hair, like very little hair, buzz cut, and like kind of a bushier beard, big burly. He's wearing like some leather armoring, but like otherwise he's kind of bare chest, kind of like he's got a big sword and shield in hand. A big long sword, and you can see a heavy crossbow on his back.
I know it's. I kind of want to change the last shot to a winging shot, but it says he has to be moving is the only problem.
Oh, wait, is that a reaction? I don't...
No, so when I take a shot, I spend 1 grip point to add an effect to it.
But how can he be moving on your turn?
It says, when you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expand 1 grip point to attempt to topple a moving target.
I don't know, maybe if you're not in combat
Yeah.
at the time.
So would I be able to use it anyway and just say I shoot him in the leg or something to try to topple him?
Yeah, sure, and I'll try and figure that out for next session. But yeah, sure,
Right,
yeah.
fair enough. I'll do the first shot normal, which I rolled a nice solid 15-4.
Okay. That does not hit.
Oh shit. Right, well, here we go. We're getting shot. Does a 16 hit?
Does not hit.
I'm gonna look at the gun and look a bit confused.
Throw it down the well.
Bearing in mind,
gone.
this thing is still loud, so...
Yeah.
So if as you emerge from the well and kind of side straddle over the stones, like holding onto the rope, grab the side, straddle over, you pull out Omen, like you said, this long-barreled revolver, and you just kind of, not point blank, but like 5 feet away from this veteran, who you'd kind of briefly see, yeah, like you said, looking at Renault for a moment, and then looking past him at the much more intimidating fighter that you'd seen in the leaning post a few days ago. Point blank at the head, and very instinctually, long sword in both hands, he kind of raises it up to bamf the gun out of the way. And because you are like, you've been itching to use this thing since you built it, you kind of take 2 instantly, and as he flings it up, it doesn't hit your hand, you don't take any damage, it just, the blade of his sword catches between like the trigger and the barrel of the gun and point it up, and you shoot them both up into the air, but very loud. Samara, you instinctively kind of like whip your head down as you hear this, that echo throughout the hills. So anything else there, or should we move on to Anya?
Well, now that I've got access to Newt, I'm gonna have Newt do a flyby on the same guy.
Yeah, so you would have seen Newt must have taken off as soon as whatever happened here happened, and he's been kind of circling at the distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him do a shred attack.
Go for it. Who on?
The same guy I'm attacking.
Go for it.
I'm hoping this hits, because that's 22.
22.
That doesn't hit, there's
That does
something
hit.
wrong with this guy.
I'm going to swap out my AirPods for a glue stick.
Oh, nice. That's a
20.
nice 6 damage on him, though.
6 damage on him. Okay, yeah, so him being distracted by getting your firearm out of the way, yeah, so catching it, redirecting the shots to up in the air, missing him. Out of nowhere, Newt comes flying in from behind you, then kind of scratches at his face with his talons, and he takes one of his hands off his sword to kind of try and get rid of Newt as Newt flies off in the other direction. Anything else? Or is it Anya's go?
Anya's go, I think.
Cool. Anya, what would you like to do? So, would you like to... Yeah, I forgot where you were for a second. So if you give up your action as well, you can get out... I'm just putting one more picture in. So this is the updated scenario of what's happening. Whereabouts would you like to emerge, Anya?
Oh, hang on. I was gonna go behind the glue stick, but then you wouldn't see me. So,
No, you can. There is. You can go wherever you want. I can move the camera. It's alright.
I want to kind of go to the right side of Renault, which I'm guessing he's the white one, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes. No, that's perfect. So going in the opposite direction of the way you'd seen Eartha, you straddle out of the other side. You do still have a bonus action if you'd like to do anything with a bonus action, but if not, we can just end your turn.
The glue stick won't be there much longer.
He's coming home, boys.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Can I speak?
Yeah, if you want.
Well, so I'm rising from the well. I kind of just want to, like, say to, like, Renault. I don't know what to say. Probably something like, I suspect you know who I am.
Yeah. So as you say that, he's kind of backed away from the rope, kind of see like it's a clown car. If I burst out, then you burst out. He's kind of taken a few steps up, and he's like, "Hello, cousin," because he kind of puts a second hand on the rapier, which is not the way you're meant to wield it at all. So Anya, you do not feel threatened by this guy. You think you're much more capable than he is. But yeah, so yeah, very good. Thank you, Anya. Samara, it is you up next.
I am flying 50 feet straight down at him, at Renault, using the staff attack. And I am going to also, if I hit, use Thunder.
Okay.
So, is that going to affect us?
I'm going to use Inspiration. Because I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Is this thunder going to hit us?
I've got it covered, don't you worry.
18 to hit Renault.
Yes.
Hit.
Right. So, I'm going to fly straight down and just try and bat him on the head as hard as I can with a staff. And, so I'll just read it out. Thunder, when you make a hit with a melee attack using the staff, you can cause the staff to emit a crack of thunder audible out to 300 feet. The target you hit must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, or become stunned until the end of your next turn. So no one else is affected apart from they hear this very loud bang.
So staff damage, 300 feet thunder sound, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, and I also have my claw damage because I dived like quite a distance down. My extra damage
that's
of
not
Sky
an attack,
Warden.
is it? That's just an ability, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I did it.
That's pretty cool, yeah. I like how we'd forgotten that was a thing until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it is.
I'll make a Constitution save. Actually, I'll wait to see what the damage is in case he just beefs it.
12. Yeah, it's 12 damage he takes.
12 damage. So yeah, as Jackson said, Samura, from his position 50 feet, flying in the air, he kind of turns upside down, so his legs are flailing in the air and his head pointed, and he dives like an eagle on a mission, until with him landing kind of at the side of the well and cracking Renault on the top of the head with the brunt of the force of his staff. Hitting Jade's helmet square on. As I
land like next to him, I just want to like say, even if it hits and he's stunned and he basically can't do anything about it or even respond, I just want to go, I'm going to tear you limb from limb.
Then,
yeah.
So as you smack him on the head, we'll say for the sake of this, it's probably the jostling of the helmet that actually does the stunning. Yeah. Ironically. So he rolled a 10 plus 0 on Constitution, so it does work. But make a perception check, Samurai.
Killed him already.
That's with my eyes. It's a 13.
13. He kind of mutters as you kind of land in front of him, and he stumbles back, holding the helmet. And kind of like the rapier still in one hand, but just kind of holding his head. He says, "You first." And you see he looks at something, but you don't know. You see does a very pointed look at something, but you don't know at what. Okay.
Shit.
There was like 10 of them.
There's meant to be 10 of them. There's only 7 on the field.
So next is Renault, and he is stunned. So I need to remember how stunned works. It doesn't say he's stunned until the end of his next turn.
He is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Your next turn. Wow. So let me look at how fucked he is.
I believe he literally can't do anything.
I think you're right. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So let me see, incapacitated as well. An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. So that's weird. Does that mean you can take a bonus action? That's weird.
mean, technically, but I
it's
feel
not-
like it's just I feel like
yeah,
it's
I
something
think
they
that's-
probably just didn't say.
Yeah, it's assumed, I think. So he can speak falteringly. So again, as we just left him, kind of clutching the helmet, kind of like from the thunder, kind of bumping between the metal in his head, he says, "Macross, do it already!" As he backs away. He's now, not like really, but like just so you can move onto the board a bit. He's, like 5 feet away from the edge of the well with you guys emerged, and I'll put in another picture to represent that. So yeah, because you thoroughly bonked him, that will be the end of his turn. And yeah, Macaf, who you now know is the tiefling woman. I'm gonna say, who would know anything about this? Samara, make one more perception check for me.
That's 22.
22. You see her focus, her spellcasting focus, appears to be a pin, not like a pin, but like a badge, but quite a big one, made of metal, on her lapel. It's like this geometric shape of gold and silver, kind of like a golden diamond shape with like some silver curls on it. And you kind of see she keeps clutching it every time she casts a spell. So you assume it's either, important or a spellcasting focus of some kind. And she only needs her action this round. So she's going to use her interaction and her bonus action, and maybe even her movement to just chat a bit. She's going to say, clutching the pin, she's going to say, "I can see why you gave Force so much trouble." She's going to look over at Averrundax and say, and then she moves her hand from the badge. "It's time to come home, Averrundax." She reaches her hand out, starts casting a spell.
Counter spell.
Okay. Counter spell.
Counter spell.
Wow, okay.
I've only got one. It's level 3. It's the max I could do it at.
If
So
you cast counter spell at a lower level, it just automatically fails, doesn't it? And then the spell
No, I've
being
got to
cast.
make a save, and the DC is
You could-
10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
So, let's make an ability check using your spell casting ability. So I do get +8 to this.
Okay.
19 plus 8, so about 27.
She was very confident. This semi-fugly tiefling spellcaster, clutching the badge. She reveals it, says that to you, says that to Averrundax, and then and she kind of looks over at you, Samara. "Oh, you really gave Force a run for his money." That's going to be her turn. It is Averrundax's turn.
Wait. Is that the bloke from the Citadel?
Averrundax is going to say, No!
It's the mages. And the mage
yeah.
group clearly has Force in it.
Averrundax is going to...
Hopefully, dimension door away.
He is going to... do a lightning bolt, I think.
Oh, he's not leaving. Okay.
You guys didn't rest. He doesn't have his spells from when he fought the drow.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that's why he wanted to rest.
So Averrundax is going to... he's going to move so he can catch one. He's going to move. He says, "No, not like this." And and he runs 10 feet to the right, and he casts Lightning Bolt so he can catch one of the retainers and Macath the Crimson in his Lightning Bolt. A stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts out from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning ignites flammable objects in the area. Cool. So, she succeeds. And that's a natural 1. It's on the other guy. So he might just fucking beef it. Do him first.
He did already take 26 damage.
Jackson, can you be my maths man?
Yeah.
So it's 8d6. Okay, 6.
6.
3.
9.
1.
10.
1.
11.
4.
15.
3.
18.
4. I think that's it.
One more. 22.
1 more. 4 and 1.
23.
23. Yeah. So she takes half of that. Sorry, what was that? 23.
Yeah.
23, and she takes half of that, which is 11.
Half of 23 is 11 and a half.
Well, yeah, so rounding down. So that's... Okay. Yep. Okay. So yeah, so this lightning bolt shoots forward from Averrundax's clenched hands, and yeah, it strikes through this veteran, this mercenary who does not like it. He isn't quite dead, but he kind of stumbles away and falls to the ground on his knees, kind of trying to catch his breath. And Macath kind of raises her hands, and it just blasts through her. She kind of fights off the shock for a minute before returning to getting ready to do something else. Okay, so after Macath, after Averrundax, Aether, back to you, and Anya, you're up next. Aether, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I've thought of something. Let me check something real quick. But I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work. Probably won't, but you know, one can only hope.
Mhm.
I can't remember if I have this prepared or not. I remember using it before. Do I have it prepared? I don't have her prepared. What a bitch.
Oof.
I know. I was going to cast Silence on her so she couldn't cast any more spells until she moved out of the zone.
Mm?
But,
Any verbal spells?
yeah. Which I'm assuming is what you need to do before to save Averrundax. But I can't do that, because funnily enough, I didn't prepare it like a tit.
Happens.
Well, I've got
Big
one
guy-
more chance at countering it.
Yeah, big guy's still in front of me, isn't he?
Yes.
I'm going to take... See, now it's new. I haven't hit anyone with it yet. I'm going to take 2 more shots with the gun. Without
for it.
omen. That's better. That's a 19 plus 5.
Hits.
And that's a 17 plus 5. So that's 20...
Both hit, yes.
Yeah. I don't get any pluses to this, do I? No. Because it would be a dexterity plus. But I've got no dexterity. That is a... Oh, nice damage. 19 damage total.
19 damage, very much.
I would then like to holster the weapon and draw my sword.
No worries. So that's... Okay, yeah. So, like I said, this veteran kind of holding your gun, pointing off in the air. You kind of just this metal raking sound as you rake Omen down the side of the blade until it kind of hits the hilt, and you drag it back down to the ground, where you just quickly point it back up and do kind of fire into his chest as he and he kind of one in his chest, one in his shoulder as he's not used to dealing with weapons of the kind you brought to the table. Yeah, so Anya, it is your turn. Unless Aether, is there anything else?
Newt's gonna
Oh
fire.
yeah, Newt, sorry.
Does what was his plus again? I think it's a +4. Does 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Then he's gonna come down with 7 damage. Nope, 5 damage. I read the numbers wrong.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, Newt doing the same as last time, but this time coming from behind and scratching at the back of his head as he's recovering from the impacts of Omen. Yeah, Anya, now it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Confusion. I'll read this one
Okay.
out. My new spell, so just to.
Yeah, figure it out. I don't know what half of them do.
Okay, so this spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled action. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast this spell or be affected by it. An affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn.
Okay, does it have it on the card, or do you have to check online what the actual behaviors are?
It does not have it.
Yeah, so you'll probably need to find the spell just so you can see the actual behaviors, I think. But yeah, so... Oh yeah, Jackson's got it. So who would you like to... If you want to try and get multiple people in the 10 feet bubble, you can either try and get Renault and the mercenary that Aether is currently fighting, or you could maybe try and get... You could probably get the Tiefling and one of the other retainers.
Yeah, I was kind of aiming towards the right-hand side where the Tieflin and the other retainer.
No worries. So was it Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
So the retainer's Wisdom saving throw is +0. He got 12, and Makath's is +1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, she got 19, so I think she does succeed, but the other one does not. So do I have to roll? So what happens next?
Gotta roll a d10 as an affected target.
Okay, so Jess, roll a d10 and see what he does for this turn.
Okie dokie. I've lost the dice. 89.
A
I think it's a
d10.
d10.
It's 8 or 9.
Oh,
No, it's yeah.
which one do I use? Do I use the double
10.
digit one?
Either. You just have to... There's one which is like 0 to 9, and there's other which is 0 to 19.
Okay, I'll use the lower one.
0 is 10, though. Yeah.
3.
3.
Jackson, what's
Okay.
3?
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay, so his next turn is cancelled, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. They've already been pretty fucking thoroughly sidelined, so that's alright. Yeah. So, yeah, he... and, like, kind of stumbling back from... He's the one that got hit by the lightning, but just kind of being very narrowly missed by it, kind of backed out the way.
Not gonna
Anything
lie,
else, Jess?
very underwhelming.
It just depends which one you roll.
No, I don't want to do anything else.
No worries. So that means Samurai, you're up next.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the... I presume that the white counter, whatever his name is again, asshole the third, won't get opportunity attack because he's still stunned. So can I walk up to the Tieflin? I want to head over there.
Doesn't get reaction. An
Yeah,
opportunity attacks technically
The black
reaction.
counter will, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you're okay with that, then yeah. So
Could you not like flap over the black counter though?
But then
if
I'd
he
go out with his
moves,
range
I don't-
above, so then he'd stab upwards.
Ah, fair enough.
So yeah. So we'll do that first. So he'll roll to hit you. Not great.
I haven't got mage
Well-
armor on, so it doesn't have to
Just roll
be.
a sword. 16 to hit.
Yep, it's.
And Samurai's dead.
I'm on full health. I'm not that squishy.
8 damage. So as you kind of take off past Anya to head towards the tiefling, he kind of recovering from the bird attack and the gunshots. He kind of just sees you running and he lunges and catches you with the blade as you stumble past. And you hold yourself on your staff and keep going. Yeah. So you are now by the tiefling.
I'm going to cast spell magic on her because I can choose one creature.
Okay.
So if she casts a spell of 3rd level or lower, it doesn't work. And if it's 4th level or higher, it's like counter spell. She must hit a DC, which is 10 plus the spell's level. Oh
Okay.
wait, actually, for each spell of 4th level of higher on the. Oh no, this is for spells on the target. Never mind, I don't do that because that's on the target, so it doesn't do anything.
I see.
But I
Yeah.
will go there still.
Sure.
Still gonna beat her up. Right, this is gonna hurt a lot of people, and I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna hit her with a stick.
Wait, do you not have your... Oh no, your evocation doesn't work on stuff that's not spells, doesn't it?
I'm gonna use Thunder and Lightning.
Okay.
Very, very frightening.
Very, very frightening for you. So, it allows me to use the Lightning Strike and Thunderclap properties at the same time. So, she
Okay.
needs to make a Dexterity saving throw as well as a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20 on the dexterity.
Okay, so she passes that, so she only takes half.
Your con plus 0. And 10 on the constitution.
Okay, she fails the Constitution. Also, anyone within 60 feet has to make the Constitution saving throw, except me.
That's everyone. Yes, that's everyone.
I hate you so much.
I apologized, but this woman has to die now.
Can I use inspiration?
Yes.
Oh, I
Okay,
have
that's
to
better.
use an inspiration. That was so awful.
Don't worry, it's not too much damage if you fail.
Too much.
It's only
I
2d6.
I rolled a 16, is that good enough?
No, 17.
Oh, you're taking the piss.
It's Constitution, make sure you're adding the right thing.
I am.
Okay.
What's your constitution, Anya? Constitution roll?
22, because I used an inspiration.
You pass that.
So so does Anya take half damage or is she good?
They take half damage.
Okay, so Anya,
That's great.
looks like
Okay, also,
so-
everyone who fails is also deaf. So, yeah, if it's deaf.
Oh
for
no,
Anya.
wait. Newt has to make a constitution saving throw.
So, how much
don't-
damage do I take?
Oh, if you kill
Well,
Newt,
we
I'm
haven't
gonna
done
kill
that
you.
Ah,
So we need to do the lightning first because that comes first, right, Samurai? So not
Yes.
this.
Newt passes. Wait.
17.
Oh no. Yeah, you rolled a
17.
17, but
Okay.
I'm just thinking of his hit points.
Okay, it's alright.
So this damage only goes this lightning damage that Jackson's about to say only goes to these
tiefling.
people. So this is
Right.
So what's the lightning damage?
Ellis, do you want to do my maths? Because it's 9d6.
Sure.
Again, this doesn't go to either of you. This is just the bad guys.
And the bird. It hits my half my bird, but
I got a 6. I'll count with. Actually, Brad, do you want to count your hands? And then we'll go do 9.
Sure.
So we got 6. Oh, we got another 6. A 4. A 6. A 6. What the fuck? Oh. A 3. A 6. This might be the best roll of my life. A 4. A 4.
But okay, that's it.
Okay, right. So yeah, she takes that.
90.
90.
Fuck me.
That would have
Wait,
one-shot me.
1 minute. 90? 96 can't
that's-
physically do 90. It can do
Yeah, I know.
54 max.
Right, we'll do... Right, do you remember your numbers?
I got like 4 6s and 3 4s. I know that. Do you want to just put 3s as the rest? Because I don't think I ever actually rolled a 3 or lower. So I mean,
Hang on,
we're gonna say four 6s, and then the rest will re-roll. So 5 rolls.
Okay, 5 rolls. 4,
4,
6,
6, 10,
1,
1.
and a 4. So that's 15 plus 4 6s.
45. I don't know where the 90 came from.
45.
I'm just saying the calculator on the iPhone's crap.
Okay.
45. Okay. And now let's do the one that they'll also take.
Yeah. So, remember, she takes half damage from that, doesn't she? Because she passed it.
Yeah.
Then the 2d6 is 1 plus 6. That's 7 halved. So Newt only takes 3 damage, Ellis.
And so does Anya. Anya only takes 3, yeah?
And I take the full 7. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackson. 26.
Okay. So yeah, as you kind of fly past, you take that chip from the retainer and you land, and you... when lightning and thunder ravage the area around you. Actually, Averrundax needs to do that as well. Actually, you failed.
Everybody needs to do it, don't they? So that includes the bloke I'm beating up.
I think he just forgot about Averrundax.
They all did that.
Oh.
Okay. Thunder racks all of you. Eartha, you are deaf until... How long is he deaf for?
A minute.
So you are deaf for 10 turns, I think?
Yeah.
So Eartha, your eardrums just... And you suddenly cannot hear anymore as thunder just ravages the landscape. Anya and Newt, they are okay, so is Averrundax. You see some of the retainers... And Renault, you can't really tell because he was already kind of writhing in weirdness. But yeah, so... And then, lightning shoots from your staff, tears through Macath the Crimson and one of the other retainers, who seems to be very close to death. It's Renault's go. And he's now not stunned, correct?
Yes.
He is going to shout to Macath. They have the sigils! It's worth it! And then he's going to he's going to run up to the side of the retainer, and he's going to take a poke at you, Eartha.
Did you say they have the what?
Sigils.
Sit.
Okay, yeah. He just takes a stab at you with that, and it just kind of slices up your armor, kind of doesn't penetrate it at all, and he kind of and he looks over to Macath again. Okay, Macath's turn. She is going to say, how does she want to do this? She's going to say, fine! And she begins to cast, she begins to activate something. You see whisperings of infernal black and red energy gather at her hands before she whips her hand in the opposite direction. And you see all three retainers, their necks just and fall to the ground.
Am I able to counterspell that or not?
It is not technically a spell, it's an ability, unfortunately.
Alright.
So yeah, all three retainers, the one that you were engaged with, Eartha, and the other two, their necks snap in place and they limply fall to the ground, their belongings scattering to the floor. And you see red and black energy rise from all three of them and kind of spiral over to her, where she has her hand elevated, and you see some of the burns, chars, and cuts she's gathered from the fight begin to stitch themselves over.
So tempting to just be like, dragon time.
Okay, that is her turn, sorry. Yeah, she's not going to move because then Samurai will get a freebie. So she's going to look at you, Samurai, and say, "You can't kill me." And just kind of smirk at you, kind of holding the badge, what you can now probably safely assume is the Arcane Brotherhood sigil. And then she'll look over at Averrundax and say, "Can he?" Averrundax's turn. Averrundax. What does he want to do? Averrundax shouts back, "Too dangerous to keep alive and too valuable to kill." And he's going to... He's really juiced right now. He's tapped on spells, so he's going to go cast a spell and then try and cover up the fact that he is completely juiced right now and does not have any spell slots left. And then he's going to reach into his belt and pull out a dagger and step over the corpses of the some of the retainers and just kind of point it at her throat. And say, "It's not worth it, Makai. Surrender yourself." Which then leads us to Eartha. So Eartha, then Anya, then Samurai. Eartha, what would you like to do?
Guiding bolt, 3rd level. Not McCarth.
Guiding bolt, was it?
3rd level.
Yep.
So I need to make a spell attack. 26 to hit.
Hits.
Jackson, keep count, my guy, because this is 66.
Alright.
Oh, I have 4 of them right here. 6.
Yep.
4.
10.
6.
16.
3.
19.
3.
22.
6.
28.
28 damage from a 3rd level guiding bolt.
3rd level guiding bolt. You, Eartha, kind of standing next, as the mercenary you've been fighting, kind of falls to the ground. You look at Renault, deem him not worthy of your time right now, and you shoot a guiding bolt that shoots in between Anya and Samurai, and is it radiant energy? Radiant damage?
Yes, radiant damage.
So yeah, that kind of celestial, heavenly energy really burns this tiefling's infernal blood as it gathers off her skin, and she one hand clutches the badge and the other kind of clutches where you hit, and she kind of stumbles a little bit, and she's kind of just she's almost like turtling a bit. She's like keeping her head low, covering herself, like very much like a turtle just going back in its shell.
I would then like to start walking towards her as much as I can.
Okay.
Because it isn't... the big guy's dead. I think he's probably going to miss me. I don't give a shit if he tries to hit me. He can try.
In fact, right now, Renault is the only one that's hostile, and because he's kind of a wimp, when you're
Actually,
not
out of curiosity,
technically...
is a shove a bonus action or an action in this game?
action.
Okay.
They
Doesn't
try to
matter.
push him down the well.
Oh no, I was just gonna shove him out of the way. Because like in
Okay.
me and Jackson playing Baldur's Gate 3, and as a bonus action, you can just shove someone. So what we would do is we'd attack them. If we missed, we'd be like, well, I'll just try to shove them. Just like push them over. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just do that and walk over. But I'm just going to take a walk over anyway.
Technically, at least temporarily, you're no longer in initiative because McCaff is not interested in fighting right now. She's smart enough to be like, okay, you've got this. But Renault is very much hostile. He's just, every time he's tried to attack someone, he's missed. So he's kind of like trying to be like, okay, surrender. So you kind of just brush past him and he kind of keeps his rapier trained on you, but he's not really doing anything.
So we're out of combat.
So yeah, you're out of combat.
I'm going to sheath my sword and start reloading my gun.
Okay. Renault will say, what are you doing? Stop that. Stop it. Kind of pointing his rapier at you.
I'm just going to ignore him.
As he starts ignoring him, a chromatic orb comes hurling from across the battlefield, right for his head.
Okay.
Jade's head.
Yeah, basically. So that's a 18 to hit. No, sorry, 17 to hit.
That does hit.
And I'm using a second level.
Okay.
And it's going to be lightning damage.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't help when he's wearing a metal helmet.
5, 11, 15, 22.
22. Damage?
Yes.
And what was it acid, did you say?
Lightning.
Lightning. Okay, yeah. So you kind of... The sparks of lightning begin to form in between your talons as lightning kind of zips between them, and they form into ball lightning as you just kind of put it across the well. And as he's kind of like, stop that! What are you doing? Why are you putting it? McCaff! It just explodes, kind of scattering pieces of the front of Renault. He's not wearing too much armor, just kind of spolderings here and there. Then it just kind of tears through, and a scorched mark kind of takes a chunk out of him as he falls back to the ground. And he's kind of he's twitching. You're not sure if he's alive or if the electricity's kind of flickering through his body.
I want to walk over, and as I take the helmet off and just give it a final look, making sure it is Jade's helmet, I'm just going to whisper in the ear, in case you're still alive, I don't regret it. And walk back over to the tiefling.
Okay. The tiefling is just like... So yeah, just to re-describe her again. So yeah, a tiefling woman. So looks about late 20s, between 25 and 30, I'll say. Bright red skin, very prominent horns that kind of make her forehead very, very unattractive, very bony. And yeah, kind of soft purple lips and long black hair. She's wearing kind of like a red cloak with black fur lining it. And underneath she's wearing like brown robes with kind of white fur that line most of it. And the same for boots and gloves. So a lot of white fur, black fur on the cape, reds, browns, greys. And she's just kind of making herself small. And she's like, okay. And she kind of like straightens her back a bit now that the fight's over. I'm intelligent enough to know when I've lost. And she kind of queries at you, Samara. Why so... I don't want to pry. Thank you for not killing me yet. Why are you so upset about the helmet?
Where did he get it?
They picked it up outside of Hilp on the way here.
Maybe it's not what I thought. When you got here, was anybody stood at the top of this well looking around?
No. Oh, we did see someone off in the... We saw someone heading off towards the forest. We thought it might be you. He sent... Well... He sent some of his people before... We saw someone in the area, but no, there wasn't anyone here.
No armor sat around?
No. Not that I remember. No.
Well, I had presumed that you had slaughtered my innocent Jade, my magical suit of armor.
I wouldn't say it was innocent.
She kind of like queries them. Oh, animated armor, you are more skilled than I had been told. I will have to,
Can I interrupt her?
Conversation. Yes?
Mid-sentence go, so who killed these two before we even got up here then?
Oh, that was me. I was tired. You saw. Right? And she goes to move and then she kind of like backs up. She's like, may I?
Go for it.
She kind of kicks one of the retainers over and kind of reaches into his shirt and pulls it out. She kind of shows you they're all wearing these sigils on like these kind of rocks with this swirling sigil on it around her neck. And there's she kind of shows you, she lifts up the back of the shirt and shows you a matching brand on their back. They all appear to be branded with these arcane symbols. I can absorb their life essence for my own. I mean, we didn't tell them this, of course. We told them it was something else entirely, but I needed their essence. We ran into some trouble on the way here.
I'll turn to Averrundax. So, what do we do with her?
We need her.
Do we need him?
Who?
Who are you?
I'm pointing at the jutting guy in the body on the floor.
You can tell by now he's dead. It's just the electricity moving through him. He's
Do we
like,
need
Alright. And, where do we need to take her? What do we need her to do?
That spell she was trying to...
and he kind of, as he's saying this, he kind of pulls the scarf away from his neck.
That spell she was trying to cast activates this. She's currently the only person I know that can deactivate it.
Oh, so she was actually trying to deactivate it there?
No, I think she was trying to take control of me so I'd slaughter all of you with them. But as part of the spell,
and he kind of returns his gaze to her,
she can deactivate it.
Right. Guess that's one thing. I'll tell him and say, what do you think's best then? I've got to go find Jade quickly, but you said you had a different way out of here, or do you still want to just take the above ground route?
Well, there's nothing to escape from anymore, so...
well, and he kind of returns, he like looks down, he kind of looks over.
We're now accomplices to a murder of a local lordling. That will be an issue.
Can I turn to Anya, by the way, and just apologise? Just like that was your cousin, and I may have just exploded him.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk to him more, but didn't have a chance.
We weren't close.
Yeah, never
You've got the
even
other
met.
cousin. You've
Right.
got the other one.
Whilst this is going on, I want to be collecting the bodies and like kind of lining them up, ready to search them and then toss them down the well.
I'll
So you're
turn
just
to,
gathering everything, yeah?
Yeah.
and I'll turn to Averrundax and say, well, I mean, there's nothing directly linking us to them. They could have been murdered by anything. But yes, they're going to know it was us. And I'll fly up as I finish the sentence to try and find Jade.
We could say
Okay.
a drow. You know, the bodies that are down there already.
Whatever you think is best. I have no interest in the little laws of this country. I do not intend to be staying in for...
So, Samura, you wanted to search for Jade?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
10.
And yeah, you don't see Jade.
Can I cast Locate Object on Jade's helmet?
don't know if it. Oh, actually, never mind.
Sure, you can try it.
I will do that.
What's the distance on it?
I'll have to double check it, but I believe it was like 300 feet.
It's much more than that.
Oh, it was 1,000
I
feet,
think it
wasn't
might be 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay,
keep looking
object.
at it.
1,000 feet of you.
Yeah.
You do not detect Jade's helmet.
Do I reckon help is within 1,000 feet?
No.
Okay, cool. So we're going back to
Again,
help
1,000 feet. 1,000 feet is less than 1,000 steps,
It's
Yeah.
it's roughly
and
about
help is
300
5
meters.
hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll land and say, right, well, I think we're going back to help then.
Averrundax is kind of like, he's kind of put some of his bags down, and he's kind of, as Eartha's kind of throwing stuff into the well, he's kind of quickly checking it, and he's like, "Didn't she say your friend wandered into the woods?" He kind of helps Eartha chuck some stuff.
I mean, she said human person.
It's
This is a suit of armor.
which is human looking from a distance.
That's true. Right, I'll be back. Just give me a minute. I'll just go to the edge, locate object, and see if I find anything. And I'll fly to the edge of the forest.
So flying, it'll take you a bit less. Probably take you about 7 or 8 minutes to get over there. So is there anything else anyone wants to do in the interim? Or does anyone want to go with him or try and follow him or anything?
I want to search Renault's body.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so make an investigation check, Anya.
Mhm. 14.
14. So you find his rapier. It's just normal. Doesn't appear to be magical or even particularly that fine. It's like nice make, but it's not particularly fine. So you're not really sure if it's worth taking. And obviously your magical ones are much better anyway. But yeah, other than that, you find 35 gold pieces on his person and 22 silver pieces. And yeah, you also find kind of a warrant. You realize as you open it, it's an adventuring license, just like the ones you'd been given to certify you to adventure in Cormier. Yeah, so that's what you find on Renault's person, and then Eartha promptly grabs his body and drags him to the well edge and drops him in. Yeah. Anything else? Eartha, is there anything you'd like to do in like the 20 or so minutes, maybe more, while Samurai's gone, or are you going with him? Or
I'm not going with him because I'll just slow him down. It'll be alright on his own. No, I think I'd probably just... I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay.
To Faust.
Okay.
Yo, how you doing? Just met one of your friends? I'm assuming you can understand that it'll come out the way I'm saying it, right?
Yeah. He understands exactly what you mean, I think, as part of the spell.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Friend. Interest in Tiefling. Fancy magic. My wizard is better, though. Lots of love, Eartha.
As you're saying this, because you obviously have to say it out loud, McCarthy goes, "Don't tell him it."
He doesn't know you're alive. Oh, well, he will if he tries to message you, but...
Well, there's that. And also my reputation doesn't help to get captured by a bunch of children.
No, but it's good to tease people, isn't it?
Friend is a strong word. I think I know who you mean. So, she fucked up for a second time. If she's alive, that's all right. Message ends.
Just gotta look and go, so is this your second fuck up?
I'm guessing he called back.
Of
She kinda
course, I have that kind of effect on people.
Have you ever made a mistake? Do I need to
No.
explain mine?
Have I ever made a mistake?
Just
Multiple.
say
Multiple mistakes. But I
Then
fixed
let's
them.
say I have as well. Let's say I'm working on it.
You're not doing very well.
She straightens her back. She kind of pulls her cloak in, and she says, "I can see that."
I love the way it's a real baseless argument. It's like, I'm better than you. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. There's nothing
Yeah,
to it.
Kids
But
understand.
it's perfect because it annoys everybody. And when people are annoyed, they make mistakes, making it easier to beat them in combat. So it's perfect. It's all mind games.
That's alright, but we're after the combat.
Well, speaking of this, you can see now she's kind of found. You can see she was kind of racking her brain for a minute. She's like, "Well, speaking of mistakes, wasn't your brother the one that got his girlfriend killed? I think that was your brother. Ramas, separate. Got a very strange language."
Yes, yeah, but how does that affect me? That's not my mistake.
She she glances away and raises her hand, and she's like, "Suppose it doesn't."
I'm not gonna lie,
It's
like, inside Earth would be pissed, but he knows he can't give in.
You didn't show any outward sign of it, so I'll give it to you without making a check. She's like, "Well, I suppose it doesn't, but."
but
Where are we going? What's happening? What
Uh,
am I doing? What are we doing with me?
oh,
What's
that's
doing?
for Avi to understand.
Averrundax has just been like crossed arms staring at her, and like without moving his eyes, he says, "Don't call me that."
I know it felt weird to say. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. And she's just like, "Right, well, I suppose we'll wait for your other friend to get back." And she kind of goes to sit down, and Averrundax says, "Don't sit down." And she kind of
Seeing that, I'm gonna
back
go
up.
sit down and lean against like the stone wall of the well.
You're like, "Ooh, nice to get a load of." She's just kind of like, he's staring at her, she's kind of glaring at you, and then so Samura, you're gliding over the open plains, heading towards the edge of the King's Forest. Yeah, again, just like grassland, slight rolling of hills, very picturesque. You're in quite a like semi-sunny afternoon. And yeah, you eventually. How kind of far up are you flying? Are you flying just off the ground, or are you flying high up?
Like 50 feet up, so I'm not that far. I can still see in
Yeah.
detail, but like, I can see far out as well because I'm a bit off.
Yeah, so for a while, especially until you reach the edge of the forest, all you're really seeing is the shadow you're casting on the ground, kind of following you in motion, as the wind kind of blows the grass in a southward direction. So you arrive at the edge of the King's Forest. What's the
I'm gonna just cast locate object for 1,000 feet.
Sure.
On Jade. Just any part of that. And what happens?
Go for it. So you kind of like in midair, kind of just like stop your forward motion, and your wings kind of rest you, so you're just hovering in place. And you take out your spell book, kind of clutch on your staff, and you cast the spell. Is it ritual or is it just cast?
Just cast.
Just cast, yeah. So instantaneously, you kind of open your eyes, and like a beacon in the forest, of bloop, 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 you feel like a signal and like a small pinprick of light inside the forest calling to you.
How far do I feel like it is? Well, I'll read it to make sure I'm not actually cheating here, but... the spell can alert a spectral object known to you. You sense the direction of the object, blah 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 blah. Such as... Right, nah, I don't get to know that, I just get to know the direction. Cool, I'm just gonna start going in that direction then.
Are you going under the treetops or above the treetops? It's mostly like oak and pine, so quite full treetops, so you can't like get high up under the trees, but you can go above or you can go under if you like. Probably, if you're looking for something in the forest, better to go under, but generally
I'll go
safer to
above. I'll go above because I know the direction, so I can't lose it.
Yeah.
Once I get above it, I'll like snoop down.
Very good.
Well, wait until we get there. That's how I do it.
So, being 50 feet up already, you're pretty much above a lot of the trees, and you begin darting off in the direction inside the forest, the King's Forest. And yeah, after a kind of... It's on the further end of your 1,000 feet. It's about 700, 800 feet in. So a minute or two, like between, like nearly 5 minutes, somewhere below that, flying above the forest. And it's a big, you can see from this vantage, it's a very sprawling forest, thousands of square miles probably. But you kind of, as you get closer, you begin to notice that the, where you'd received the kind of this like psychic indication from, it appears to be in a semi-similar location as this, there's a clearing that you can see in the woods.
I'll fly above the clearing to see if I can see out in the clearing.
You can see that in this clearing, a stream kind of emerges from the north of the interior forest line, and it just gently flows down until it gets into this kind of big, it's like a stream, and then like a 3-foot waterfall, like not a huge waterfall, but like enough where it's pretty to look at. Kind of the stream flows down, this 3-foot waterfall goes into this big pool, this like big layered pool of like some more smaller waterfalls come off, just little trickles of water that go into smaller pools, and then another 2 or 3 more streams kind of separate off from this larger pool and go off in different directions into other parts of the King's Forest.
Right, I'll try and like slowly drop down, like spinning, so I can look in all directions, make sure I'm not about to get like attacked by something. If I was nearby, and then if I can land safely, I'll try and approach the changed now direction in which Jade's meant to be in. Okay,
yeah. So, how long does detect object last? Does it like
10 minutes?
10 minutes. Okay, no. So you could probably, as you found the clearing, you would have also seen the kind of the purpley kind of pulling magic that kind of makes things glow from a distance. As you actually see Jade, it kind of fades and you just see her. You see her semi-submerged in this pool. Not like on her knees or anything, just like she's waded into it. She's waded into it. And she's like in like the middle of this larger pool. So again, the stream comes down, 3-foot waterfall into this large natural lake pond. Maybe like 30 feet from width and like 40-50 feet. And some very small trickling waterfalls go off into these smaller plunge pools, and then other streams kind of flow off in other directions. This big pool, she's kind of waded off into it, and kind of a lot of nice spots like rocks that like rocky overlooks and overhangs, not like super high up, just like a lot of nice sitting spots and rocks like in this area, kind of very picturesque space. And she's just kind of waded out into the middle of this larger pool. She doesn't seem to be doing anything, but you can see her, she's not like rigid. You can see her arms are kind of like, she's about submerged up to like the bottom of like her like kind of breast area. She's like in her arms are kind of, she's got them resting on the surface of the water as she's waded out.
I'll come down and I'll like land on her shoulders and say like, "What are you doing?"
She kind of, and as you clamp on her shoulders, she like and you can see her helmet just completely swivels 360, and then her back, she kind of like leans forward into the water, but her helmet's looking backwards, so she's looking up at you, and it kind of swivels around again, and she kind of shakes her shoulders, kind of stumbles a bit and moves towards the edge of the thing, and she seems like she's trying to shirk you off a little bit.
I'll fly off, just so I'm off.
Mhm.
So I'm like 10 feet above her, make sure she can't jump and grab me. And once she's out the water, I'll say, "What are you doing?"
She kind of approaches the end of the like, not the end, so like the end would technically be, I guess, where the waterfall's going. She approaches the side, and you fly alongside her until she kind of climbs out, or walks out, and you see like water falling out, and some stuff tangled, some like water plants tied up in her boots, and she just kind of swivels her head at you.
We everyone's back at the well. We left you there. You want to stay there?
Kind of looks down, swivels back to look at the waterfall and the pool, swivels back to look at you.
Do you think the waterfall's pretty? Oh, is that where? Were you trying to get to us? Were you trying to go up there to get to where the well goes?
He looks down. No.
Is it just that it's pretty?
She kind of grabs one of your hands with both arms, and she like looks back at it. Looks down, kind of dissatisfied. She lets you go. She kind of just waits for your command.
Jackson, video game logic.
I'm getting there. Are you wanting to go swimming? Play in the waterfall?
She kind of points at you. She like her finger dead set, like pokes almost not hard, but like forceful into your chest.
You want me to go in there? And like go under? Okay, I'll go get in the water.
Do you just go in as you are, or do you take any of your stuff off? Or...
First of all, I'll stand at the edge and I'll look at the water, being like, is there something under it? Is there like some treasure or like something weird?
Okay. Make a perception check on the site.
12.
12. It's a very pretty, picturesque place. If you think it would be nice for like a picnic or some sort of like outing or something like that, but you don't see anything particularly like remarkable about it outside of its like natural beauty.
Right. Yeah. I'll get in. I'll take my satchel and my robe off, but I'll keep my shirt and pants on.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'll get in. I'll keep my staff with me, but I'll leave my book at the side.
Okay. Yeah, so you take off all of like your stuff that might get ruined by being soaked, and you kind of wade in a bit. Yeah, what are you doing?
I'll turn back to Jade and I'll say, are you wanting to join me, or did you just want me to experience it?
Jade sits like on her butt, like knees up, and like plants her head on like her hands, just kind of watching you.
Is there something special about this waterfall you're not telling me?
Kind of looks around. You get the sense she's like almost taking in the area, though you're not sure on the mechanics of it. You don't know if she is capable of sight necessarily. With her not having eyes, with her just being a suit of armor. The helmet kind of swivels around, just looking at the area. And she gives like a diagonal kind of nod, like a, with you being like linked to her in a way, you get the sense of like a, yeah, special, like, but like not like special, it's confusing, but like a,
Are you wanting to stay here for a little while?
She kind of reaches her hand into the water and kind of just splashes it a bit. And she kind of like looks at the bottom of one of her boots, and you notice it's almost. You think this was pre her being magic. You don't think she would rust now, but you see there's a bit of rusting on the bottom of her boots, and she's like,
Okay, should we head back to the others? No.
very hard swivel of the helmet to say no.
Is it not safe? Is there something here protecting us? Do you know what is here protecting us? It's not the time to have no sendings because I cannot call them. Oh, I may be able to do something. I may be able to cast sending with the wizard. It's the wizard ability, isn't there? I need to find it. It's arcane recovery. Arcane recovery. Okay, you have learned to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spellbook once per day when you finish a short rest. Shit.
So what I'm hearing is if Samurai isn't back at a certain time, we're just going to ditch him. Because I've used all my sendings as well.
You can see probably about this time, Eartha and Anya, you probably notice Averrundax, for the most part, has just kind of been really keeping a careful eye on Makath, the tiefling, but he does occasionally kind of glance over at the forest, and you can sense he's thinking like, where is he? Why isn't he back yet? Like, what's he doing?
Jade's a slow thing.
I've seen it. I just thought he would be more mature than to care so much about his toys.
Jade's more than a toy to him. But Jade's probably hung up on some rock and is refusing to leave without the rock, so he's got to try convince her to not bring the rock, but she wants to bring the rock, so it's taken them forever to get the rock, to bring the rock. And Jade.
Toys with toys with toys.
Yes.
Samara?
I'm going to dive under the water, looking for something on the bed of the bed of the water.
Okay. Make a investigation or perception check. I'll let you.
I'll do an investigation.
Okay.
Roll well. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna use an inspiration. So that is 16.
16. Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So you just kind of like tuck one of your legs behind the other and you sit down cross-legged until you head beneath the water surface. And as, being a Aarakocra, having wings, the water is definitely not, your area. You don't love being in the water, but, there are, in terms of the elementals, you've got air, fire, earth, water. You're definitely more akin. Water is probably the thing you're most akin to, then fire, then earth. If maybe fire and water are kind of interchangeable, but yeah. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But you sit cross-legged until your head kind of dips beneath the water, and as you open your eyes, it's crystal clear. Like the water is so clear, you can see it. It eventually kind of like maybe 10 feet from you, kind of becomes like this blue fog that you can't see past. But you can see the bottom of this pool very clearly, kind of rocky and sandy, and you kind of like move slightly around, kind of breaking from your tucked leg position until eventually you feel your talon catch something, but you don't see anything there.
I'll pick it up.
You wrap your arms around it. Make an investigation check.
24.
24. You can feel just by like when you hold it, even though you can't see it, it appears to be like, just from like the shape of it, it appears to be like some kind of like a glass, like a chalice, like a vestige, a cup, like a libation cup kind of shape, like a wine glass, kind of like a glass bottom and then a stem and then the actual cup, that kind of thing. You kind of feel that shape as you kind of pick it up and you break the water's surface and you lift it up. And as soon as you lift it out of the water, you can see it's a very, very high quality crystal glass cup. And it's of such fine quality. And the water is so clear that when it was underneath, you like couldn't see it. Like it was so clear, mixed with the water, like it was just borderline invisible underneath the water. So you're holding this.
I'll turn to Jade. Is this what you were on about?
Jade is standing and pointing off in pointing towards the tree line. It's like stamping her foot and pointing, and then she kind of lowers her arm and
I would turn and look.
Make a perception check.
23.
23. Okay. You see the brush and the thicket kind of shaking, and you think you catch a shape moving back into the woods.
Right.
In fact, I'll make an intelligence check, and if it's 20 or above, I'll say you know what you saw.
Straight intelligence, not like a investigation or like anything which is a +8. It's a 19.
That really sucks. I'll say this: it looked
It's a saving throw, it's a
animalistic.
+8.
It didn't look humanoid, and it didn't look monstrous. It looked like an animal that you saw moving into retreating back into the woods. So you're holding this glass vessel. You're half dressed. You see that movement, and Jade kind of looking at you, satisfied.
Oh. Can it not was it trying to hurt you and it can't enter within like a range of this?
And she points at the cup very pointedly.
This cup's holding it back, or it wants the cup.
She points at you. She stamps her foot, kind of annoyed, like a child.
Do I need to drink from the cup?
She just kind of points at the cup.
Do I need to give it to whatever that was? I need to keep it.
You see like a half yes, half no.
Right. Is this cup protecting us? It's the worst game of Simon Says. Oh, fucking guess who?
You
guess
wanted
what,
a friend
I guess.
who couldn't speak.
Right. Should we leave? I'll bring the cup. Right. Me and Jade are gonna start wandering off, and I'm gonna say to Jade, you walk back the way we came, and I'll look backwards, and then we can watch each other. And she can watch forwards as she's walking, and I can watch behind us for whatever the fuck that thing was.
And she kind of takes a ginger step forward. Yeah.
Can I check she is going the right direction?
Sure. Did you point her in the direction to go?
Not originally, but I will once she fucks it up.
Sure. I'll roll a d4, and if it's anything but a 4, she's going in the wrong direction. It's a 3. Yeah, she starts walking in the wrong direction.
That way.
She nods, very slow nod, and then begins walking in the right direction.
Alright, I'll just sit on her shoulders, basically. Claws on her shoulders as she's walking. And just keep an eye out, just keep looking around. Where the hell is that thing?
Movement. You see a ferret running through the undergrowth. See some butterflies flicker above you and land on some flowers that are growing from the roots of the trees. See some squirrels playing in the branches. Yeah, you see the woodland, kind of the vibrant woodland life kind of encircling around you, but you don't see anything the size of which you saw. I mean, it didn't look huge, but it looked like, in terms of size categories, like D&D wise, I'll say like probably large. Yeah, and you arrive at the edge of the King's Forest, back in the direction of the well.
We'll keep going, and I'll say to Jade, did you see two men come after you at all? Okay.
Yeah. So, about probably about 25, 30 minutes after you'd last seen him, you see Samara and Jade come flying and barreling back across the plains towards you guys. And Averrundax kind of breathes a sigh of relief. And he says... And he kind of just... Actually, no, he's not going to say anything. He'll just kind of look at Macaf and kind of... He's going to try and fashion something to kind of bind her with, kind of hold her arms together.
Told you it'd be fine.
Yeah, actually, found us this.
And I told you you'd be looking for something. I have a question for you, buddy. Did Jade have anything to do with it?
Anya. Their words get drowned out as words begin to kind of fall into your head. Hey, Annie, it's Alistair from home. I think we have a mutual friend. She wants to let him know to go to Waterdeep. That's where we're going. The message ends.
I'm guessing this is about Icky, obviously.
Yeah, you understand the meaning, so yes. And if you would like, you don't have to, but you have 25 words to respond, if you would like.
Fuck him.
I mean, all I have to do is kind of just relay the information onto Samura. I don't really have to respond, so I'll just relay it onto Samura.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Yeah.
say back to Anya? If you're planning on responding, please apologise to Icky, since I haven't called once.
Okay. Okay, I'll send a message back. Okay, I'll say, Samura wants to apologise to Icky for not contacting her for a while. Relay this on to her.
You sense the message arrive at its destination.
Completely forgot to say anything about Averrundax or mention Selu, who I also haven't texted in a very long while. Yeah.
You couldn't lose your friends.
So is our new head Waterdeep?
Yeah, but we've got to get the cart first.
That's true.
Averrundax kind of says, "What is that you're holding? That what you found?"
I don't know. I decided getting back here was better than spending the time working it out.
Well, it's very pretty.
Jade seems to think it was protecting us in there. And I did notice some stuff moving.
And he kind of measures Jade and he says, "Well, she is utterly devoid of intelligence, so take that for what you will. Should we get moving?"
Yes.
Is Jade still carrying the Morning Star?
Yes.
Yeah, well, she's got it like attached to her, her armor. She's not just carrying it like she's like an aggressor.
I like to think she is.
Actually, She doesn't specifically have a belt, so I've kind of been imagining she just puts it down her face hole until she needs it, and she just kind of reaches in and grabs it and pulls it out.
If she headbutts someone, it hits the Morning Star off them.
Why? We should have been using jade as storage.
I've brought this up 100 times.
It's hard to get stuff out of her.
That was also true. Yeah.
We should have.
Unless it's a big item, it's hard to get stuff back out.
We should have hidden the key in her.
Hiding kids in there? What are you planning to do with kids?
Jackson, you know the thing that got stolen from us? The whole thing with the gods we're still intertwined with?
We've had jade stolen from us, so...
Have we?
Well, the Kraken got rid of her. We lost her in Waterdeep.
That wasn't our fault. We didn't lose her. We knew where she was. We just couldn't get to her. I don't think we've actually lost her.
I've done pretty well at keeping her safe. Anyways,
Yes.
let's walk.
We need to make like a dog tag or something for her. So, like a locate jade button.
After you've been walking for a while, Averrundax kind of leans over to Macath and he says, "Why haven't you tried to cast the spell again?" She kind of just like very gleefully looks back. "Well, out of slots for today. There's always tomorrow." And she kind of just keeps pushing her on. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about, discuss on the way back? So it's mid-afternoon, so by the time you get back to Hilt, it'll probably be evenfall, nighttime.
What are
I
we
got
planning?
one thing.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Jackson, go first.
I got one thing I want to just say. And it's just, I'll turn to her and go, we typically tend to keep watch, so I wouldn't count on getting you hours of sleeping. She doesn't sleep. She doesn't get her spell slots back.
If I don't get my spell slots back, how am I supposed to remove that lovely collar on his neck?
You're not. That's the point.
I believe he needs that collar.
Averrundax kind of goes like, "Well, now that an opportunity has presented itself, let's not be rash. Let's think about the options. There's positives to me regaining my former form.
And one of them is becoming evil.
We don't know that. That is a possibility. Perhaps my time as a human has completely, irrevocably changed my cosmic alignment. We don't know.
You're the one who's going to be in danger. I'm sure if she captures you, she's just going to leave. She has no interest in hurting us. And if she does...
you hear, she goes...
I'll just respond, well, that'll be 3 losses.
She can. That's
So I'll go...
Oh, Samurai doesn't know I messaged Faust, does he?
No.
Oh, so then it's 2 losses, just because I don't know. Then I'll say to Averrundax, you're the one she'll capture and do all sorts with for that fucking set of mages, so it's your choice whether she sleeps or not.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
17... 21.
21. You're right. Of course. You don't know anything. She doesn't sleep. She kind of... Wonderful. A long day gets even longer. As she continues to be pushed along by Averrundax as you march back towards Hilt. Anything else?
No.
Were you wanting to say something before?
I was going to ask, what are we going to do with her? Like, what's the plan for her? We're going to let
Probably
her
a
live?
key
We're gonna
question.
kill her? I don't know what to do.
I might be biased, but I think you should let me go. I promise I won't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I know exactly what's gonna happen here. Even if you pass it, he's gonna be like, she's gonna leave. That doesn't mean she can't come back.
Well, I got 12.
12. It's hard to read. She seems genuine, but also she seems like she lies a lot, just from the limited time you've known her. So, and she doesn't have a great track record of winning, apparently. So maybe she's learned a lesson. You know?
Nah.
So, what you're going to do with me?
That's a good point.
It was yours.
No loose
You had a
ends?
good point.
You brought it up. You asked what we're going to do with me. It was your point, not mine.
Yeah, I don't know
just
what we're going
reminded
to do
you.
with you. That's why I'm asking.
And I said you should let me go.
I swear you brought it up, and I'll say that to the tiefling.
I didn't bring it up. Are you docile? You heard him bring it up.
I think he did.
Make a deception check.
You know,
I kind of wanna. I don't want to convince her of that. I just want to annoy her. Was.
I mean, you can, if you want. I'll say choose to fail if you're intentionally trying to.
I think I failed anyways because I got 7. But.
Yeah, very funny, very funny. Mock your prisoner. Wonderful.
Oh, we
this is
mock
going to
people
be
who
a
aren't
fun,
prisoners.
however long.
Don't worry, we mock everybody. We met a
get that
lovely
sense about you.
Cambion the other day. We teased him
Yeah.
quite a bit. We killed him.
She kind of she brushes a horn, like a horn down to her shoulder. Well, we don't all know each other, so.
Oh no, I
Wonderful.
never said you did.
To the Earth. Yeah, but that was a little racy.
I'm just saying, we did the exact same thing to Damien. Oh, was it It was Damien. No. Was it Damien?
Damien.
He's dead now, I don't care.
Or is he?
Oh
He
no,
always come back.
he can come back. Unfortunately. Might take him a while.
Can I do something?
Yeah, what would you?
I want to cast Send into Jasper.
Okay.
That gives me time to think about what to do with her.
I wrote this out earlier because I didn't know what I was going to say. Okay.
No worries.
Hey brother, could you tell me the name of the man formerly part of your society who is now acquainted with a woman called Vicandrus? And can I, you know how I asked this last week whether I could use what's it called? Whether I could use persuasion? Can I use that?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. I'll give you advantage because he's your brother, so.
I know he wouldn't, tell me straight up. He would be, I'm not telling you. But okay, I got 20.
Remember, you've got advantage.
Oh
You can
shit!
roll a second time. See if you get it better.
Oh wow, that's way better. Okay, hang on. Oh, maths, not my strong
See.
suit. Jackson, what's 19 plus 16?
Fuck me. 25, 35.
35.
Yep, 35.
35.
There's
From the sound that comes back, you can almost picture him. You can picture him in a room filled with people, kind of like slumping in his chair, kind of covering his mouth with his hand, and he's like, "Well, his name is Jareth Barr."
Jareth Barr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's
Yeah.
a wizard, isn't she?
Or a sorcerer, you're not sure. You're definitely magically inclined.
They both need like a spell cast and like what's it called? Like a
If she doesn't have a...
Sorcerers are innately magical, so they can cast spells without a focus.
Has she been using the book when she's been casting stuff?
no, she's been holding
No.
a little pendant.
That means she's not a wizard.
But she might not be a wizard. She might
But she... Warlock, sorcerer.
cleric. I need a symbol to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Because you
walk
need a
up to
book.
her, ask about a little pendant.
You kind of point at it. She looks down. The sigil of my order.
Does that have anything to do with how you cast magic?
Not particularly.
You seem to hug it every time, you cast a spell.
The sigil of my order.
Can I have it?
We'd rather you didn't. Can I have your sword?
Which one?
Any.
I'm gonna go in the bag of holding. Just start pulling out different short swords and scimitars.
Really, any will do. Anything with a blade. Honestly, not even a sword. That's just Harley.
Give her a club.
No.
That does not have a blade.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. She can't cut the rope.
Her hands are also bound.
Oh, I'm well aware. This is just teasing. Yeah, I'll pick them up and then put them back. Pick up the next one, put it back. Just keep going through them all.
Faust never mentioned you were a travelling band of comedians as well. He did mention pricks, twats, bastards, traitors, but he did not mention comedians.
I don't
Traitor.
know. I think traitor's a strong word. I said, I'll go get the stone. But I never once told them I'd keep it a secret.
Yes, I think he might have assumed you would. But
I think that's his fault.
assumptions make an ass out of you and me. So.
I mean, he is a 4-year-old, so you know.
Yeah. Almost 5.
Oh, happy birthday.
So I said almost.
She leans over. She says, his birthday's not for more than a month.
So how much research have you been doing on us?
No, not on you. I mean, you came up, but the research wasn't on you.
But it wants him. The one that screwed him over, basically. Cast him out.
No, I'm here for Averrundax.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's the person she's trying to take away in the little amulet figure, or whatever she used.
That's true.
Can I turn to Averrundax at this point and go, what are you planning on doing with her?
He's not my prisoner, but I mean, we can either kill her or let her go. I don't know.
Well, I
I've
guess
been
that's
doing
fair.
a good enough job of avoiding the Arcane Brotherhood for 100 or so years, so I'm happy to let her live and continue to avoid her if that is the chorus, or we can kill her, whatever the group kind of denotes to you think is appropriate.
Yeah, I'll tell you too. Well, I feel a little bad killing her. I mean, it's been good entertainment, but killing her solves a lot of problems, at least temporarily, and letting her go doesn't.
She kind of pushes her head forward. How about I make this easier? I'll sweeten the deal. I don't know what, but Faust is planning something to get revenge on the three of you. And she kind of motions at Samara, mainly you, but the other two by association. How about I try and worm my way in, and when he launches it, I'll turn tail on him, join your side, help you push him back to wherever he came from.
Inside check.
Yeah,
Make an
same.
insight check.
Yeah.
Go for it.
She is
failed.
telling the truth. I know I've got a good insight, but there's no point even checking, because I rolled a 2.
I mean, 9 plus what? 0. 9.
Well, I got 10, so...
Alice, do you have inspiration?
Yes, but I prefer not to know.
Can I cast Zone of Truth?
Okay, sure.
That is a really good idea.
Averrundax kind of holds her still, because the zone is static, so he kind of holds her still and pushes her into the middle of it, and you all take a few steps back. You're not caught in it as well.
I mean, I'll stand in it.
I would.
Sure.
Just, she doesn't feel left out.
So I think, does she have to make a saving throw of any kind on you?
Charisma.
Oh no.
Yeah, charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Plus
bad.
0. 3 plus 0. So,
Oh, she failed.
I mean, I passed it, but I kind of want to purposely fail it.
oh, no,
You can-
sorry, not. I was looking at the wrong thing, but with a 3, no, she still does not do
Alice,
well.
you can just choose to tell the truth. You don't have to be forced to tell the truth.
Nah, because I want to know what she's going to ask me, and I don't want to lie if she does ask me something, so I'm purposely failing.
Okay.
So yeah, Anya, you kind of strum your violin a few times, pluck the strings, and run your bow along it until this kind of glowing magic circle filled with arcane sigils and other geometric shapes kind of begins to glow on the ground. This purple golden light, and yeah, So Eartha, are you also in it? Did you say?
Yes.
So currently the only people in it are Eartha and McCarth, and she doesn't look pleased about it, but she's like, ask away. We're here.
So we want to start the interrogation.
I mean, I'll just quickly ask. So, are you actually planning on betraying Faust then?
I'm not a big fan of Faust. No one in the Arcane Brotherhood is a big fan of another member of the Arcane Brotherhood, if I'm perfectly honest.
Okay. Well, that seems truthful enough.
I'm going to look around at the circle that we're in, just to kind of...
Did you say you failed the check on purpose?
Yes.
Ellen?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. I passed it. I got over 20, but purposely failed it.
She looks at you, Eartha. She says, do you think Samara is responsible for the death of those 2 clerics that Faust killed because he outed him in such a public way? You have to tell the truth.
But it never says I had to answer.
I think you do.
Do I? I thought I
I think you're compelled to
Well,
answer, I think.
To be fair, I never knew they were dead.
Yeah, she's just confirmed for you that that they are.
So yeah,
Let
probably
me wait. I will check if you're compelled to answer, but I have to imagine you are. Otherwise, I don't really know what the point is.
That's true. I think it's you can't tell a direct lie. You can go around the question, but you can't tell a direct lie.
Yeah, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie within the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails. Yeah, so if an affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. So if you want, you don't. It doesn't technically say you have to speak if you don't want to.
I'll answer. I'll go. Well, didn't know that. So mixed emotions at the moment.
Well, you know now. So if you had to come to a determination, do you think Samara is responsible for the deaths of your cohorts? Yes or no? Why is it such a difficult question, Arthur? We're all doing it, aren't we? She kind of shakes her shot.
Well, you say we're all doing it. It's just me and you.
Yeah, well, let's get the rest in here.
They'll do it. But yeah, sure. I'll say that. Yeah, I'll blame him for that. Not mean I'm gonna discriminate against him, be mean to him. There's a lot of things I know about him, which, trust me, I do not like. But he's had my back. And
Can I pull him out the zone? Can I rip him out the zone right there and then?
Sure. Sam, would you go along with it or would you resist?
I'd resist. I was gonna strength.
You have to make
strength saving and strength check.
If I'm pulling him from the back of the hood, does he not technically have to make a dex? Because it would be surprise, and he's trying to not lose his balance.
Fine, I'll say dexterity saving throw for Ellis and dexterity check for Samuel.
You knew exactly what you were doing.
That is a 23. Fuck you.
I physically can't beat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, no, because technically he'd still need the strength to pull me back.
Oh, that's true. It's a dexterity save for Eartha, but it's a strength check for Samuel.
Okay, 19.
Inspiration. I can beat that. Inspiration. I give up. I generally give up.
Okay. So, Eartha, you feel a tug that pulls you backwards as you're speaking from Samara as he wrenches you backwards out of the circle.
Maybe
that
not
was for
that. maybe not that information.
I wasn't going to tell him that information. I didn't mean that information.
Well,
She
now you
kind of-
can't step back in, because she knows about that being information.
I already knew about that. I was present for Tiamat's first rise 3 years ago. I'm well aware of your role in her new plans.
I didn't mean that.
Oh well, guess that doesn't matter. I'll step in the zone.
I'll join him. I'm gonna go
I think it's only like 10 feet wide. You're all like,
Any more questions you want to ask us?
oh, it's my turn. I thought I just asked. I thought it was maybe one of your turn. I
I
don't know. I'm not sure on the rules. Is this truth or dare or the dare?
Oh, truth or truth?
Truth.
Truth or
Wonderful.
truth, yes. Here's a one for you.
Please.
Where's Fost now?
Luskin, if I had to guess.
Oh, he hasn't moved. What a shame.
He comes and goes, but the Arcane Brotherhood is based in Luskin.
Is it cold up there?
It's chilly. It's not. Doesn't snow particularly all the time, but in winter it snows.
Do you think you could beat Force 1-on-1?
Could I beat Forced 1-on-1? I'd like to think so, but if I'm being honest, I'm not 100% sure.
He's a blade singer.
I think I
isn't
stand a chance. Yes. Practice in the elven art of blade singing, I believe.
Well, that gives me hope. He's not as strong as he's letting on.
Whose turn is next? You did it. Was that who's next? And
No, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of questions.
I'll,
Lost interest
I'll,
in you.
I'll just ask, so you'd really join our side?
yes, I'm no lover of Forced. He's quite an arrogant prick, and he's lorded my previous losses over my head, more so than my actual superiors. There would be no lost love between us. I would consider joining your side if you were to spare my life now. And I can't guarantee that he will let me in on his plans. Like I said, there is animosity between us, but I will do my utmost in the interim to figure out what he's doing and trying at least circumvent it a bit as a recompense for you sparing my obscenely valuable life.
Father, any questions?
He just kind of looks at the three of you. Are you done playing?
No, I've got one more. Not really a question.
Very good.
Though.
And
So,
then
huh?
Averrundax will take a step inside the circle.
Oh, this is a very cramped circle.
It's very cramped.
We've all got like 1 foot in reality.
Right. Here's the thing. If we do let you go, theoretically, I'm not saying it's happening yet, and he doesn't let you in our plans,
Love it.
how about this? You don't get in our way again.
Well, I wasn't planning on it. But, so I suppose, yes, that sounds wonderful.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
I'll just look at Averrundax, seeing if he's going to ask something or if he's expected to be asked something.
Gotta look at Averrundax and go, are you happy?
I haven't been happy since 1231.
And when I
Time
did,
or date?
Date. But there was a brief light when Averrundax hatched out of his stony little egg. But 1231 for the most part.
and 1231 was when you became a human, right?
No, that was a little afterwards. But I hadn't been happy for a while until that happened.
Fair enough. Cool. Any questions?
I just wanted to give you the option. And then Makath she goes to ask Averrundax something, and then she decides not to. Then she looks at you, Eartha, and she says, "Just to be clear, I'm not supposed to get in your way, interfere at all again. That's the deal, correct?"
Including him. I'll point at Averrundax.
Of course. He's stronger than all of you. I'm not going after you, I'm not going after him.
If you hear anything...
anyone that has anything to do with this.
Anyone that has anything to do with it.
So you know.
You
like,
see her
ones.
grinning like you don't understand why, but she's grinning like she's winning the situation.
Again, this is all theoretical. We might not let you go yet.
Of course. Not until we shake on it.
What have I fallen into?
What are you planning on doing next?
Who are you asking, sorry?
The tiefling.
Well, my plans have been thrown up in the air a bit. What I was supposed to do, I was supposed to capture Averrundax, as he is one of 5 missing assets, and return him to the Arcane Brotherhood for redistribution, but obviously that has not went according to plan. So, I suppose I will start down a new path. Figure out what I'm meant to do next remains to be seen.
What's the other 4?
The other 4 dragons.
Okay. Do you know anything about a key? You know, like Cyric, the evil god.
I know lots about keys, and I know lots about Cyric.
You don't happen to know anyone who's like kind of a chosen, but not really a chosen. They're like what they're called, keysmen.
You mean him? She points at Averrundax.
Nah, he's chosen something else. He's chosen. I mean,
There's
like
2 chosens of Cyric.
yeah, I mean like what do we call them? We gave him a name.
I think it was
Keysman.
Keysman.
Yeah, keysmen. So they get like a special key. There's supposedly 7 of them. Killed one, met another. Basically, the 7 keys unlock Cyric or whatever. You know anything about them? Or who they are? Where we can find them?
She like raises like the hemp bounding to like scratch her chin. You don't let things that powerful just wander around without keeping tabs on.
Perfect. Alright. How about we change the deal slightly?
I don't know. You have to make it sweeter on my end.
We'll let you go. Pretend this never happened. If you give us information about the keys.
That sounds agreeable.
However, be warned, if you do get in our way again, I will end you. Personally.
I look forward to it.
I wouldn't. But, yeah. That is my deal. Will you take it, or will you leave it?
As part of this deal, would you still like me to make an attempt at forced, or is that off the table?
How about you just don't help him?
That sounds acceptable. And perhaps, if I do uncover anything of what he's plotting, in a scenario in which I maybe get that information to you in advance, maybe we can make a second deal.
Sure. We can always discuss further.
Wonderful. Do you have any more questions?
Nah, I'm empty.
She kind of twitched her hands for you to shake it in.
When she says I'm going to turn to Jade and go, any questions?
Jade grabs Samura's back and shakes him like a father shaking a son.
Take that as a yes.
I'll hold out the chalice. Are you wanting me to ask about this?
She kind of puts her hands out for it.
I'll give it to her.
She just holds it.
Ah,
Fair enough.
is that all?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Bye. Yeah, I think we're done then.
I'll shake her hand.
She takes your hand. She shakes it. Now that get out of these ropes, I have to chafe my wrists. She's going to hold it up to you again, Eartha, assuming you get the sense she's kind of decided you're the leader, so she's acknowledging you and not really anyone else.
Pull the knife and I'll cut the ropes.
Lets them fall to the ground. Thank you. Right, well, and she kind of looks over at the horizon. Getting close to nightfall. Looks like we've still got 2 or 3 hours left to help. Would you like to discuss the keys now or later?
Can always do it on the way.
Do you have questions now? Or do you want to do that later?
Let's do them later.
Do them later. I'm going to start writing some down though.
Yeah.
Then, as you guys make your way back to the hill, we'll end it there.